always loved taking all the charm and the character that's in a century-old home and then making it work for today.
All I needed was a where, and that landed me in the charming town of Creemore. So when this 115-year-old home came on the market, I couldn't resist. I gave myself 6 months to transform this into an idyllic holiday spot. If only we could get to picture perfect in a snap. We hit a wall when we discovered that the existing foundation wasn't to code. We hit the roof, too.
It doesn't cost a whole lot more to go a few feet down.
If you're gonna do anything, you have to do it right. So I worked with Ed's daughter, Ashley, and we've done lots of different versions of the plans. And it's been really fun to watch it evolve. I like the way the windows are looking with the old house. I think it's nice to have that tie-in. I'm a bit concerned that on the second floor with this big roof line to only have skylights.
Absolutely.
So can we look at some other options for that?
Definitely. Okay, so here's a more developed option.
My challenge here is I think that we've got the old and the new, and when they both have this same gable, I feel like we're gonna end up looking at who wore it best, right?
Absolutely.
And the old house is gonna win.
We're going to add in a shed dormer up here.
I feel like this is too contemporary.
Yeah.
This does not feel like Main Street in a historic town.
Okay.
So
the exterior, I think it's looking okay.
is that Alex standing on the front porch? This addition feels a bit more craftsman to the house feeling Victorian. So if we can, I don't know, we're getting closer, but
yeah, let's simplify
good
it.
size.
I think a way we could really simplify this is by going to a common truss. So a pre-engineered truss and then an 8-foot ceiling height on the second floor, because then we can use pre-cut studs, which saves a bit of time on cutting and labor. And that's gonna be really simple for the guys on site to whip on.
Does really simple mean less expensive for me?
Definitely.
Okay, yes, then I like that idea. Wow. I think this is so much better. When I look at this now, it just seems so much calmer. It's way more harmonious. I think it's a better balance between the new and the old. Well done. I'm really happy with this. We can order these window units banked together.
Yeah.
So when it comes to framing, they just leave one big opening and it's one set of windows that goes in and one set here and one set here and the door and the windows and done.
Keeps the site labor very simple.
I like that because simple site labor translates to simple savings.
We dug deep, in more ways than one, building a new foundation to add a full basement with laundry and a media room. Everything guests look for in a weekend getaway. Now we're gonna start building up. On the second floor of the addition, I'm creating a principal suite. The bedroom has to be enticing, with all the pampered indulgence of a premium hotel suite, and topped off by a view of the barn and trees for instant relaxation. The bathroom needs a double vanity, bathtub, and a roomy shower. In what I originally envisioned as a walk-in closet, I reimagined as an inviting bunk room for which I need to find just the right cozy furniture. Finally, the south-facing roof is a perfect place for the solar panels to help take this house off the grid. To stay on time and on budget, I've got a 3-point plan. Stay within the zoning bylaws so I don't need a pricey planning process, use standard-sized materials to keep costs down, and keep the structure simple so we can save on labor.
This addition is what will transform this house. We started with an 1880s house that has a tiny footprint. By the time we're done, we will have 2,500 square feet of living space.
This old gal looks pretty solid, but when you've been standing for as long as she has, the structure is going to shift. The house is not totally level. Ed, on the other hand, is always on the ball.
We built this wall to length on the floor, but after checking out this old wall, this one over here, for plumb, it's leaning out a lot. So this wall wouldn't have been able to stand up in between the old wall and the far wall. So we had to cut this one short. So now we'll fill this back in with framing.
I'm glad Ed has our back and our side as we make a connection between the old house and the new addition on every floor. In the basement, it's through the original exterior door. On the main floor, the original kitchen door provides the link. But on the second floor, we have to knock a hole from what used to be the bathroom into the new addition. Making this kind of structural change might sound scary, but trust me, it's the key to the radical transformation I'm envisioning for this house. The only way to get the extra room we need is by making a brand new second floor And this is how we get there from here.
And I can hear voices on the other side of that wall, which means I think it's about to happen.
There's 2 layers of bricks that we have to get through. So today we're gonna cut through the first layer, remove those bricks, and then we're gonna beat the bricks from the inside out.
When push comes to smush, you can count on Alex to lend a hand.
It's not that dusty though, is it?
No, it's actually not dusty at all. I told you it wasn't gonna be dusty.
I'm all nice and clean, and poor Alex started the day clean, and he's on the other side.
He's not finishing the day clean.
No.
You know you're not riding home with me tonight.
Now that the dust is settled, I can take a first look.
It's so exciting.
Gosh, it's that moment. This is a really big moment.
Old house into the new house.
The fact that you're going to be able to come down this hallway and look all the way through. I love that feeling that the view is drawing you in and through the space.
Can we keep this exposed brick?
For sure.
It's very nice. People love that stuff.
AY, look at you. Dusty man. You've done an amazing job. Do not hug me.
Don't touch me. I have.
here.
No, no, no.
Come on.
This is a really expensive coat. It's
Come to
from
me.
London.
Come.
No, please.
All right.
Back to the business of design, I get Tommy to help me nail down the look for the principal bedroom.
We have some options.
All right.
We could go with a patterned wallpaper and have everything in the room super quiet. Like no pattern whatsoever, except this wallpaper, which I think is sort of fun. And I would love to use this because I designed this wallpaper.
I love this paper.
So it would be white bedding,
Right.
a pale gray bed, white linen drapes.
Okay.
Okay, so that's one option. Option 2 would be we could do a room in black and white or black and cream. That would be fresh,
Yes.
high contrast.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a black and cream rug. One of these could be drapes if we wanted it to be. Then the next option, we do a room that is like navy and white. But again, obviously keeping it really contemporary,
Sure.
not country, not nautical,
Yeah.
just crisp.
I feel like the wallpaper all the way around the room in Quiet Quiet feels a little bit like it's not going to challenge us enough.
Is black and white too jazzy for Main Street?
Listen, you know I've slept in rooms that were painted black. So I'm fine with black in the bedroom, but I don't think it's a universal thing. And if this place is going to be needing to appeal to a wider audience,
You'd rather be singing the blues.
I think I'd rather be singing the blues.
If you're using a bold, rich, saturated color, you should let it be the star. This is all about a single, monochromatic, powerful color.
With our design plan finalized, it's back to site business. I'll have to make the most of every moment because there's a fresh hitch I'm adding to this epic project.
We're leaving on a plane in 18 hours to go to Africa. We're on our way to go on safari in Kenya. And I think the timing of this is not awesome, but this trip has been in the works for 2 years. And so there's no going back. This is a trip of a lifetime. We're going with Alex's mom and the kids for her 75th birthday. Hooray!
Life is all about juggling family and work, but you just don't pass up a once-in-a-lifetime moment. I know I'm leaving the house in good hands with Ed and his team. I can't wait to see this whole thing come together.
By the time we're back, the roof will be sheeted. They'll have ice and water shield on it, HVAC rough-ins, electrical rough-ins, and plumbing rough-ins, according to the schedule, will all be done. And some of the windows might even be in.
Awesome. Well, you know what I think we should do?
What?
Get out of here.
Think this is a good idea?
Oh, for sure.
It's too late now if it's not.
We spent 2 years planning a trip to celebrate a milestone family birthday. Now our family's on safari in Kenya, smack in the middle of this major reno.
We're looking for a cheetah.
For 2 weeks, we are off the grid in a whole new way as we take in the trip of a lifetime. While we're building memories my girls will never forget, my trusty GC Ed is keeping the plans for the addition on track and under control. While we're gone, the roof is going on the addition. Going with a standard roof truss package saved us lots of cash. These standard trusses are delivered to site fully assembled, ready to be set in place, and that's saving us almost $3 grand in materials, not to mention all the additional labor costs.
So the guys are putting the strapping on the exterior of the new building today. So we're going to prepare for the wood siding. We've stripped all the old material off the existing house down to the roof decking, and we're going to join the new into the old, and then we'll finish sheeting this roof and cover it in.
When you build an addition to a heritage home, you can emphasize the difference between the old and the new, or create a seamless look with the design and materials you use. I chose rough-sawn barn board siding to clad the exterior of the addition. It's got a contemporary appeal, but it's also got a vintage vibe. And at only $1 a linear foot from our local lumber yard, I'm saving more than $10,000 compared to masonry. The width of the siding matches the boards on the old barn, helping to visually connect the historic and the modern. And painting the addition to match the heritage barn is yet another tip of the hard hat to a bygone era.
So Sarah's currently in Africa right now, and we're left to pick the siding colors here.
Our painter Steve is prepping samples, and it's time to take a look.
I don't like that.
Okay.
Are you seeing blue?
I have blue, total blue.
Okay, try that one. Yeah, I'm seeing too much green. They all seem green or blue to me. I think we have to start over.
I think we have to start over.
With Steve agreeing to diss the green and the blue, this decision on the exterior paint choice will have to wait until I'm back.
I have literally just arrived back from Africa. Alex and I and the kids have been gone for 2 full weeks. I can't wait to see what's happening.
Coming with you.
Following you. I haven't
following
seen
me?
upstairs.
Tour.
Have you been up there yet?
Not in a while. Oh, well, that's an exciting moment.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Move out of the way. I want to see this room.
The first stop on this tour is the bunk room. Originally a walk-in closet, we're taking in the room's brand new dimensions.
This is a really small room.
I don't think it's that small.
I don't think it's small either. I think it's really
I
cute.
think it's a nice room.
So this room can be an office. You could do bunk beds on one side.
Yes.
Yeah, which would be really fun.
You could do a pair of bunk beds.
Yeah.
You could have a desk.
You could.
So the question is, do we think we need an office?
Why don't we have bunks and a desk?
Yeah.
Bunks and a desk could be pretty cool.
Cool.
Next up, the principal bedroom, which I envisioned as a room with a majestic view. We went with vinyl windows on this project. They're energy efficient and cost effective. I wanted a dramatic floor-to-ceiling lookout, and I thought I found a budget-friendly way of creating one by framing 6 individual windows together, an idea that looked solid on the plan, but in person?
Yeah, it looks nice out there.
Oh, well,
Yeah?
you can see out. I can't see anything. The barn is gone.
So?
So the whole idea was that you were going to come and look in and look down and look out this amazing window. You were going to have this wall of glass, and it was basically going to pull you through. And unfortunately, it was a massive 6-inch block right in my face. I hate making mistakes. It's terrible.
I am feeling the pain. All 6 of them.
What am I supposed to do? Like, what's the weather like today?
Well, or you could... Looks pretty good to me.
I'm of average height, so it's not like I'm some odd height where it's hitting my eyes and it's not going to hit everybody else's. 90% of the population will notice how bad this window is.
How did this happen, though? This is obviously 6 windows that have been unified with a frame.
This was my mistake. I made a mistake. I just don't think I can live with this.
I don't think I can live with you living with this. Let's just assume it's nobody's fault, but it's not staying on this house.
I thought things would go smoothly while I took a long-planned family vacation, but...
We haven't started the roof. We haven't started putting the siding on, the addition.
And there's a problem I can't see my way out of. This is a disaster. With my window in limbo, I'll keep the ball rolling on interiors, starting with a souvenir I picked up on my trip to Kenya that will be perfect in our indigo bedroom.
That is beautiful.
When you're decorating a rental home, you want statement pieces that are durable. this checks both those boxes.
I'd like to maintain as much of it as possible, so we could do a couple things. For a room that's getting a queen-size bed, it could just be the headboard. Or we could hang it on the wall.
I was gonna say,
hanging.
I would do another thing. I would put it in a great big frame and use it as art. Like, this could be the art on the wall.
So what you're doing is taking a little splurge on a piece of fabric, because this was about $150 for this piece, and then you're making it
A $1,200 framing job.
Yeah.
But think about it this way. If you bought an oil painting, you're looking at probably like $2,000, $3,000 for a piece this big, that's handmade, that's this beautiful. So you're still saving a bit of money. It's
pretty cool, right?
Sensational.
Now I need to work the same kind of magic on the bunk room.
We often start with a fabric, and it acts as our jumping off point and takes us in a direction that tells us what the character of the room will be. The goal is to make every decision budget conscious, but this room is so tiny, and I think this fabric could end up looking like artwork. So even though it's expensive, I feel like I'm gonna splurge on it, because I only need 3 yards to do a Roman blind and a headboard if I use the fabric really carefully. And it's just so beautiful, I think it'll give the room the impact it needs.
With our fabrics chosen for the bedroom and the bunk room, I want to give the ensuite bathroom a wow factor without the ow factor on my budget. On our trip, I stayed in a room that had shutters between the bathroom and the bedroom. I'd like to create something similar, adding an unexpected touch for my rental guests.
So in one of the lodges we stayed at in Africa, we had the vanity, and then above it, look, it's got
that
this
goes through the bedroom.
slatted screen that looks through to the bedroom.
I love that.
It's like a simple slatted screen, so that if you wanted the natural light streaming in from the bedroom, you could open, is it a pair of shutters? Is it an antique panel?
So we just need to find the right thing.
This store sells all kinds of architectural salvage, from doors to windows and everything in between. Their stock is constantly changing, so I never know what I'll find. Fingers crossed they have the perfect shutters.
Cost is a factor. I like the texture of this Egyptian panel, but I think it's too rough.
Look,
Oh, then there's these.
$150 for a pair of those.
These have a nice closing mechanism, too.
And are we gonna consider louvers?
Those seem in rough shape, and there's too much peekaboo.
I don't mind a little peekaboo.
We still need to find a couple of chairs to place at the foot of the bed in the principal bedroom. The basement of my office is stuffed with lots of eclectic pieces that I already own. So I'm going to shop my closet. Fun for me, but I'll admit, it's not for everyone.
I try to avoid this room at all costs because it scares me half to death.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Well, I forgot we ordered these.
Are you talking about the white chair?
Yeah.
Take that out. Yep, reverse. Oh, there was an ashtray close to this chair at some point in its history.
This was a smoking chair.
Okay, but you know what? I think the smoking aspect of things is maybe good news because it has some yellowing on the frame.
Yeah.
But with a really good clean, maybe that would come off and we don't have to refinish the frame. We could just reupholster. Well, what did you pay for these?
$3.75 the pair. But you're totally right. Like, this finish is perfect, other than the fact it's brown. Oh!
That's crazy.
It's white.
That's crazy. And what color would you have sprayed it, Sarah Richardson?
Oh, shut up, Tommy Smythe. We have painting happening, counter templating happening in the bathroom. The electricians are here. We've got HVAC going on. So this is a day that I like. I like it when I come to site and there are at least 5 different trades doing different things. That makes me really happy.
The second floor addition has been framed in, and this is my last chance to make any changes on the cheap. So many of my ideas come to me when I stand in the space.
Of course, I see the light, and I think the light is really cool.
And inspiration has struck in the principal bedroom.
So my question is, what if you did this? Take the drywall and mount it so it's tight so that we get this peak. And I know you can't cut these, but you could clad them with something.
My idea is to frame in the peak of the roof to create a vaulted ceiling. It will really take this room to the next level without spending any more on drywall or labor.
Have you done this before?
We have done it.
You've done it.
Yeah, we've actually insulated the roof deck
Yeah.
and painted all these.
I love it when she plays Have You Ever. You know what Ed's playing?
Ed's playing what?
Ed's playing Yes, I Have.
Yes, I have.
Can't wait till that's a yes, we did. Ed and I are exploring how my tropical shutter concept could work in the principal bath.
I'm wondering, could we take these shutters and could we frame them in here, but we would also install a piece of laminated glass so that you would have noise privacy, but you could open them up and let the light come in.
That's cool.
Of course, we don't have a roof or the right window or drywall or anything, but the good news is we have the decorative finishing detail.
Next up is finalizing the color choice for our siding. The only way to do it is to see the painted samples in their natural habitat.
Colors always look different on sunny days, on cloudy days, and on
snowy
sunny,
days.
cloudy, snowy days.
Yeah.
I don't want a color that's too green. I would prefer it was gray and more kind of barny looking. What we're trying to get is a color that's different enough from the windows that we can
Check.
see the difference. That works with the barn
Check.
and that looks nice with the brick.
Okay. Then let's go with this one.
Okay.
We set up a paint shop in the barn at our farm. That's where all the exterior siding is being painted, even when it's snowy and wet out.
It's like Santa's workshop in here, you guys. So are these all done?
Yes.
So one coat on front, back, and sides?
Yes. All 4 sides.
And then the final coat goes on when they're...
When they're up.
Painting these boards on all 4 sides before installation will prevent the lumber from warping and cupping, so they'll last longer and look better. Outside's working, inside is a work in progress. In the principal bedroom, I had an idea to make a show-stopping floor-to-ceiling window on the cheap by stitching together 6 smaller windows. It worked on paper, but in real life, all that got stopped was the view.
The window's a mistake, and I can't live with it, but the manufacturer won't take it back. It's a custom window, and custom windows can never be returned, so I'm stuck with it.
Mistakes will happen in every reno, but that doesn't mean you have to live with them. Find a fix. I ordered a pair of single-hung windows, and that means I'm over budget on materials, but the cost of reframing is only a few hours' work and some 2x4s. On the bright side, these windows will let in lots of light to go with that view of the barn I've been dreaming of, and that's a compromise I can live with. The clock is ticking down to the summer rental season, and we still have tons of work to do before the new principal bedroom, ensuite bathroom, and bunk room in our addition are finished. Fingers crossed, spring is here to stay. We have to install a new roof on the whole house, but my Minister of Exteriors has a new solar product that's going to save us some money.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, hey, hey.
Check this out.
What is that?
This is a new product. We're going to have 8 solar panels. So they have 8 of these, and they all connect together with these handy-dandy little things on the sides. And you screw them down, and the solar panel sits right here. Ta-da! And voila, you have your racking. So no more sliding panels and all that kind of stuff. And the best part is, it actually acts as the roof. So you save on the roofing, because you don't need to actually roof underneath these. So it's cost savings, time savings, and it's kind of cool.
This is fabulous.
This combo of roof racking and solar panels is costing around $20,000. It's an investment, but once it's installed, we'll be able to replace or supplement the municipal power supply. Over time, the system will pay for itself. And on days when there's bad weather and the power's out, our rental guests will be extra glad we installed it.
So what we're doing is something that allows you to really reduce your carbon footprint, but more importantly, it's going to really reduce the impact it has on your wallet.
Today, we're installing the power center and battery in the basement utility room. And up top, the roof rack that will hold our solar panels is going on. While that's being installed, Tommy and I check on our siding.
I hope you like the color, Tommy.
I love the color. I just don't understand why there's parts that aren't painted.
Yeah.
This is white pine, and it does have a lot of knots that will bleed in it. These are really sappy, and they will bleed.
So that's going to leave you with sap oozing down the outside
That's
of the
right.
building? I don't want that.
We just mark the bad ones out, and then we'll just cut that out.
This is so smart. You plan out where the waste is going to be.
We need lots of short stuff. We need lots of narrow strips for battens. so we can go around all that.
You're doing a great job. Why don't you just keep on doing it?
I'm gonna keep on doing a good job.
If I'd gone with a brick exterior, I would have been spending more than double in materials and labor. The board and batten siding will go up in no time, and it'll look great. No need to knock on wood here. It's a win-win. Back in the city, I need to finalize design plans for the principal bathroom. The bedroom will have a bold indigo and white scheme. So I want the bathroom to have a complementary but quieter color palette to give it the feeling of a lush retreat for my guests. My daughters, Robin and Fiona, are here to bust a move.
This is right now, our kitchen is a place of business.
But what I need is their help.
Because we're gonna design the bathroom. This is very important. This is the principal bathroom.
I love using lots of different tile to create ornate designs. And this time, I'm doing it on a budget. My one splurge, this graphic cement tile.
Look at this.
They all connect.
So you put them together in many different ways.
Oh, chevron. Oh, I like that actually.
Do you think it looks cool and modern?
Yeah.
So then we have to think about what's gonna go in the shower.
By pairing these graphic tiles with less expensive ceramic, I can create the look I want without breaking the bank. Now, let's hear what my color consultants think.
We have to kind of steer her away from all the white colors. Well, you could do blue.
You think we go blue? Or we could do white?
Oh no, blue. Blue.
Or is gray better with white gray?
I do the blue because who doesn't like blue?
Maybe it's all gray?
Yeah, I would choose the blue.
I still can't decide if it should be blue or gray though.
It's blue.
You think that's good? You think our work here is done? And then I thought, should I maybe just ask Tommy what he thinks?
Sarah, it's the blue.
Is it the blue?
Yeah, it is.
It is the blue.
Yeah, it is.
It's this and the blue?
Yeah,
okay.
It's the blue.
They both chose the exact same thing. So that makes me think that the scheme I chose is literally foolproof, bulletproof, and ready to go. The base price of this vanity for the cabinetry will be about half the price using in-stock cabinetry than it would be for anything else I can find.
That would be custom, yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Or available, like from a big box store.
Okay.
Then the next piece of good news is our stone fabricator has a remnant piece of this super white that we can get at a really good deal.
Love it.
So enough that we could do
With this.
with
like
this.
these
Like,
together.
look at how the two of them together look.
Yeah, they're so good. What's nice about this, when I look at the pattern that's on these tiles, it's so in keeping with so many other things that we're doing in the house, in the sense that this is a classic, like, French ticking stripe. This is like beach chairs in the south of France.
Yep.
So it has a really traditional, you know, your mind recognizes the trad element, but it's super contemporary and modern. Okay, this is so different looking. You left the space. That's amazing. Oh wow, you did the same thing in here. Great.
I'm glad you think that I've aced the ceiling because I might have a bit of a closet conundrum. Remember, we started out that we would have a matching pair of closets here
Right?
and here, and a wall-hung set of drawers that connects in between.
Okay.
You love that plan, right?
I do love that plan.
You can't love that plan because you know what I found out? This wall and this wall are not the same size. May look like they're close to the same size, but they're not actually the same size.
How did that happen?
I redesigned the exterior elevation, as you may recall, and these windows are equally spaced from the exterior.
Oh,
But they're
on
not.
the interior they're not because you build
third.
in on the inside.
Time wasn't on my side and I missed that detail.
Okay, but to be fair, I'm not gonna let you shoulder the burden of that yourself. My role in this relationship is to, like, be the second set of eyes, and I missed it.
It's all your fault. Can I blame you?
I think that's only fair.
There's a couple of options.
Okay,
Closet here and a closet here.
I think that that plan will disguise the fact that we up that window placement.
Right. In the end, we're gonna overcome all of the challenges and she's gonna be gorgeous.
Oh yeah, I'm 100% confident.
The bathroom tile has arrived, but how it should go together is another puzzle to solve
This weirdly is reading more traditional.
I don't want it as a zigzag though.
and solve
And I get one of these.
and solve.
It's linear. And it's not straight, which I think is fun. I'm not straight, you think I'm fun.
You are.
This feels a little bit like classic foyer.
A snazzy stripe.
It's like choose your own adventure, but for the floor.
This is not something you decide without Chardonnay.
This is a ziggy square.
This is zigzag,
And square.
a row of square.
Yeah.
A zigzag, a row of square. Now it's time for Chardonnay.
I'm creating a serene, ensuite bath where my rental guests can relax after a day on the slopes.
Oh, that looks good.
But before there's any relaxation in here, there's a lot of action.
Sometimes the trickiest rooms are the smallest ones because you don't have the luxury of space and you're trying to think about how do I make this room have character?
And that's the challenge in the bunk room.
Hello, you found me. I've been hiding in here trying to figure out what's going on here.
Isn't it just such a nice quiet room? This room is sort of like, I wouldn't call it an afterthought, but it's more of a bonus than anything else.
Bonus is a good way of putting it.
This is just over 7 feet wide by about 13.5 feet long. I love the brick wall. So I feel that we need a desk here. Kids think bunk beds are amazing. Adults, not so much. So I'm thinking that if this is a rental and we want to appeal to the greatest number of people possible, a double bed allows me to potentially sleep 2 adults, whereas bunk beds might be more limiting. And we build a bookshelf on the end.
Oh, just like a skinny storage thing. Yes.
And then this could be dressed, it could be a day bed or an actual bed.
A simple grid, basic design, nothing too fancy.
No.
And they can knock it together with available lumber, and then we're just done. Everything is starting to look cleaned up and nice.
Yeah.
Did you decide to paint these dark?
Oh, no. I like to harvest what's free on site and see what we can do with it. We had leftover pieces from our whole exterior siding, so they're just uniformly dark for now, and then they can be whitewashed.
Is it weird to say that I don't mind them dark?
Light or dark, flip a coin.
Okay, what's it gonna be? I say heads dark. I really want it to be white now. I changed my mind like while we were doing this. Tails!
Yay!
It's white.
It's white.
With luck on our side, Tommy and I check on progress in the bathroom.
Hey, this looks really good. The backsplash looks amazing.
Right?
These offset faucets, like on the angle, look incredible. The sinks actually look really good installed.
You know, we need to finish.
The problem is, you look at this room and you're like, all we need to do to finish is install the toilet, install the tub, install the glass, install the shutters, install the sconces, install the drawers, install the and you're like, then you start realizing there's like a lot left to do in here.
With the bed configuration decided, a whole team descends to sand, paint, and get this room ready for furniture. We finally have a fix for my window fiasco. I ordered a pair of windows that are large enough to give me the view I was hoping for.
Now that window's gone in, I am so excited about what it could become.
While I'm on site away from the city, it's hard to source other items to finish these rooms. So one of my design assistants, Ashley, hit up vintage and consignment furniture stores in the city. The brief was to look for mid-century teak with simple lines and great hardware. The trick is that we only have limited space to clear the built-in wardrobes on either side, and it has to fit beneath the window. So that narrows the options. Let's see how she did.
Our bed is coming in a nice deep blue, and I think we need to anchor all this whiteness on the end of the room, which is all white closets. I think the dresser should be navy as well.
Buying and upcycling secondhand furniture is a great way to save money and add vintage charm to your design.
That's cool.
But as soon as I solve one window problem, I've got another. My simple shutter concept just isn't measuring up.
So in order to keep the shutters, we have to move to a bedside table that is no more than 24 inches high.
If we give ourselves these so tight parameters in terms of what that night table needs to be, are we giving ourselves like an impossible shopping assignment that is going to break our spirit?
I think it's doable. So I am game to go on a search and see what I can find, and I shall report back.
And listen, let's give ourselves a time limit on that. Let's spend like a few days looking online, a couple of days out in the field.
A few days, give me a couple minutes.
Okay, well, I'll just
report
saying,
back.
I don't want to make this a life's work.
Oh, Tommy of little faith, I'm happy to prove you wrong.
Overall height, I'm gonna say a minimum of 19 inches and a maximum of 25. Show me modern and contemporary. Ta-da. That's nice. Ooh, that could go with our beam treatment. Okay.
This is the day we'll finally get to see how our plans have come together for the principal bedroom, bath, and bunk room. We sent the shutters for the peekaboo window off to be painted, and they're ready to install. Everyone is pitching in to get this job complete before tourist season. Well, almost everyone. It's a tight squeeze getting the last of the furniture into the bunk room.
Oh, Tommy and I are stuck in a doorway. Two of us aren't gonna fit here, Tommy.
Look at that, like a glove. Now don't hit the door on the way through.
Oh, that was really funny. That's a nice moment. That's a moment.
Sort of like cutting the ribbon.
Yeah.
Sarah, run through this, will you?
It's the finish line. Come on, you can do it.
Woo! Yeah.
My framed fabric from Kenya arrived.
This is actually plexiglass, not glass, because the original price to frame this was going to be about $2,000. We had to find a workaround to make this as inexpensive as possible, because the panel was $130. Wow. And I didn't think it really warranted spending, 18 times the amount on the framing job. Lift it up.
Set it on there.
Yep. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. Can you just hold it for a sec while I look at it? I'm struggling with the reflection because I find it super distracting.
This is a good lesson. Sometimes you have great ideas that just don't work out as planned.
And maybe what we need to do is go back and put it in one of the other locations that I considered.
But don't give up. Keep trying, because if you love it, you'll find a space where it works. So for now, it's move on out to my framed fabric. At least my shutters are a triumph.
Look, it clears the table.
It does clear the table by a hair. Like, you can't even put felts on this furniture.
I'm gonna give this a test. You ready? See anything out here?
No.
Really?
No, I can't see anything. I want to see if a pressed ham actually works. You know what? You still can't see any detail.
Hey, why? Put your clothes on.
Needless to say, I'm over the moon. The top floor of the addition is finally complete. Time to take in the bunk room, ensuite bath, and principal bedroom.
Come see. Come see, come out.
Oh, wow, that looked great.
Is it weird to say I've always loved that hall? I like the white. I like the crispness.
Yes, me too.
This bunk room gives us a fourth bedroom, which will appeal to our guests.
This room is so little. This room is 7'3". This room is 87 inches by 13 feet.
Yeah.
And look what it has in it now.
It has everything you could possibly want in a small scale bedroom, plus it also functions as a home office. I love that about this room. I think it functions in so many different ways.
Designing for a small space has lots of challenges, but with careful planning, you can make the most of the available area.
This is a double bed that now functions like a big, deep, loungy daybed sofa. We've used these little wall cabinets, which were left over from the laundry room.
Waste not, want not.
The bookshelf. Did I tell you how much that bookshelf cost to make?
No.
7 spruce 2x12s, which I think he said cost $10 each. And then the accent color on the back is just paint.
My favorite thing in here is the fabric that you chose.
This is a brand new fabric. I always think of green as being such a beautiful tempering foil to orange. And so
It's a beautiful compliment.
it's a good little room.
Literally, it's incredible.
The principal bathroom is so calm and serene.
This isn't a big bathroom, but it does have all the amenities you'd want. It's jam-packed with amenities.
It really is kind of a universal, foolproof bathroom scheme.
You've got your soaker tub, double sinks, an ample shower. You've got nice floor space. This is a good layout. This was such a collaborative design.
Everybody had a hand in baking this cake.
Including my kids. I showed them these 2 palettes, and Robin just said, Mom, it's the blue.
Yeah,
And
she's not wrong.
she's not wrong.
These tiles were the single biggest splurge in the room, but they were easy to install, so we didn't spend a lot on labor to make a big impact. Our framed fabric is now making a stunning statement in the hall.
Like, you and I have always subscribed to the buy what you love, and it will find a home.
Yeah.
And the funny thing was, in the moment that I was buying that textile, I didn't know where it was going. I just knew it was going. It was going somewhere in my world, and I needed to have it. What's really nice is it now leads you into the bedroom. The whole thing about this room is it grew from a sight line.
It's really designed around that view toward the window. And then the window came, and it was the wrong window.
Oh my gosh.
And may I remind you, you were very upset about that.
Well, it was a faux pas. It was a stumble, a $2,500 mistake.
Right, but...
Which I'm not super proud of, but in this case, all's well that ends well. You are surrounded by green and light with this backdrop of the barn. It does sort of feel like you're in a treehouse. Let's think about this journey, because when it started on paper, it was a box, and it didn't really have any architectural features. I always say it's worth being in a room at the framing stage so that you can have that first chance to feel the space and imagine whether there's anything else you could do to elevate it. I'm so happy with how this ceiling treatment turned out, because it was a small spend to yield a way better end result.
Now that it's finished, this is all about color to me. Like, it feels like denim.
Right. Contemporary country is blue jeans in all shades, from light to indigo. You can't really go wrong.
No, it's classic.
On this wall, we had the challenge of our window being unevenly spaced. Adding a dresser under the window draws your eye there and makes the wall feel symmetrical. Adding prefab closets on either side means there's lots of room for a guest to unpack and feel at home.
We have seating, we have a king-size bed. Like, this is a lot.
And great storage.
I know.
I think the size of the addition we landed on is so close to what could be done across the country for people living in a smallish house looking to gain more space.
And Alex is just as excited about the inside as he is about the outside.
Top drawer, top floor. I love it up here. And the best part about it is the roof, because you've got a perfect south-facing pitch for the solar panels at the right angle, just soaking up the sun.
Oh, I think I've got just the right shot for when this vacation rental is ready for listing.
What are you waiting for?
I'm Sarah Richardson. Along with my husband Alex and our daughters Robin and Fiona, I'm taking on a whole new off-the-grid project.
Isn't it cute? It's super cute.
I bought a small-town heritage home, and my plan is to turn it into the perfect 4-season rental.
This has to be completely demolished.
We're gonna tear down, build up, and transform this into the ultimate vacation home.
Oh, good luck.
With Tommy by my side, we're a killer design duo.
Are you kidding me?
As we go off the grid again. My husband Alex and I bought a 115-year-old home in an adorable small town called Creemore. This area has loads of attractions year-round, but very few places for visitors to stay. That's where I come in.
This could be a seasonal rental, it could be an Airbnb.
We're transforming this house into the perfect all-season vacation rental.
Is that a good idea financially or not? Stay tuned.
So what do you get for $350,000 in a really tough market?
Holy Jesus.
Well, it has some charm.
There's just so much not right inside.
Apart from the amazing redesign I did on both guest bedrooms and the upstairs bathroom.
I love this.
With a total reno budget of $400,000, my plan is to rejuvenate this property room by room, keeping our ecological footprint to a minimum. But to get this old house ready for the rental market, there's still a lot of work to be done.
You see this addition here?
I think that addition needs a good smushing.
Maybe we take down the addition and build a brand new addition on the exact same footprint, but make it 2 stories.
Love it.
Alex and I think it's a good idea to build a new 2-story addition, but what about Tommy?
Love the brick house, not so much the addition.
What's with the Silence of the Lambs door in the floor?
That's access for the basement.
Oh, it's like a horror film. And one that does not end well.
It ends with sudden destruction.
I'm only 3 feet into this extension, and I'm already thinking this is coming off the back of the building.
That was the first thing Alex said was, when can I get in here with my backhoe? And he's just really excited. You know what he wants to do? He just wants to claw in and pull it off. I've had an engineer come and look at this. The engineer thinks we can build on the existing foundation.
Wow, there's a huge savings there.
Huge savings.
At 1,000 square feet, the original house is too small to accommodate groups. Building a new 2-story addition will give us 2,000 square feet in total. And a smart floor plan to maximize the space will make this property pop in a rental listing. My goal is to come up with a design to give this heritage home a contemporary feel. At least, that's the plan.
I am really banking on the fact that we have an existing foundation that is dry, it's concrete, doesn't show any cracks, looks like it's in great shape, and we can just quickly put a 2-story addition on top.
Okay.
That's my goal. My concept is, let's just build a box. It'll give us all the space we need. It'll be affordable and efficient to build. And I think once it's done, it's gonna look fantastic. This is the ideal solution for anybody trying to get more space than they currently have and try and keep it within the confines of a reasonable budget.
It's demo day, and the crew's here bright and early. But my contractor, Ed, has got quite the wake-up call for me.
So you know how excited you were about reusing this foundation?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we did some digging, and it doesn't go very deep. The foundation is basically sitting on grade.
Like
So there's
on the
no
grass?
frost protection, yeah. Pretty much at grass.
What?
So
But the engineer said it was a good, solid foundation.
he would have had a look through the crawl space hole,
Yeah.
which was pretty dark. He's seen the block foundation, but he could not see depth of footings. So he was assuming we had a proper foundation.
Well, this is the risk you take anytime you buy a home. I had an engineer stop by for an inspection, but he couldn't inspect what he couldn't see. So there was no way of knowing about the foundation until after we closed the deal and opened the floor.
I'm bummed about the foundation. So here's my foundation. As you can see, it's beautiful. It's dry, there's no cracks. I really thought we'd lucked out. And in the end, it's worthless.
So we have to remove the entire foundation, dig down 4 feet minimum, and pour a new footing and install a new foundation. That's the bad news.
Yeah, that's bad news.
This is gonna up my budget, and it's gonna take a lot more time than I planned for.
This addition has to come off and we start fresh. Not where I want to be.
Time to give Alex the bad news.
It turns out there is no foundation under the addition.
Like, no good.
No good.
Can't use it, gotta rip it out.
It's completely useless.
We've just upped our budget. A fairly good chunk then.
Correct.
To say that I'm concerned would be a big understatement.
This wasn't on the map. You know, this wasn't on the, like, this is the detour on the map.
Well, maybe you should invite the Minister of Exteriors to come and look at these things before you buy them.
I invited you. I showed you the pictures, and you were busy that day.
Fortunately, I have a plan to get us out of this mess. Instead of digging the minimum 4 feet to build a proper foundation, we're going down deeper and building a fully finished basement. This jacks up our budget by at least $125,000 once we're done. But it gives us an additional 550 square feet of living space. That means more guests and increased rental value.
You're better off, if you're gonna dig it anyway, to dig it all the way down and do a basement. So I say we go for it. And don't get me wrong, I'm not thrilled about this, but I think we might as well make the most of it.
Alex is on board. My plan is to turn this new basement into the ultimate media room with tons of seating where guests can entertain or relax and watch a movie with their kids. As an additional attraction, I'll include a bar, a state-of-the-art laundry area, and plenty of extra storage. Now that we have a solid plan for the addition, it's time to do some serious subtraction.
Demo time. Say goodbye to this room. It's time. Ready?
Have you done this before?
No, I haven't actually. So this can be fun.
Here we go.
Hey, why does he get to have all the fun?
You gotta give it a go. Chuck some junk in the junk bin.
Sure, I'll chuck some junk in the bin.
All right. take the right stick and pull it towards you. It's just the left stick now.
There's a lot of sticks at once.
That's good.
This is 10,000 times more fun than it even looks.
Oh, good one.
How am I doing so far?
Awesome. I'm just gonna let you do it. She's got this. Doesn't need me anymore.
We've done our demolition, we've removed the old addition, and today is the day we dig. Okay, so what's the plan here today?
Alex?
We're gonna dig a big hole.
Mr. Obvious.
In terms of the height of the basement, we can get an 8-foot basement.
Yes, we can.
What if I want an 8.5-foot basement?
I think we're pushing it because we do have water issues here.
Okay,
The water table seems to be coming up.
okay.
We're getting big floods.
Floods and rental properties? Not a
No.
good combo.
Not a lot of fun.
Not a lot of fun.
Okay, enough talk. Let's get digging. As an added bonus, we get to see more of the home's original fieldstone foundation. They sure don't make them like they used to.
Oh, look, we have a basement walkout.
Well, we're not quite done yet, but we're close.
Is this it?
Almost. Right, Ed? How much further do we have to go?
Right to the, almost to your track. You're pretty much there in that corner.
Are you sure this feels small? It seems smaller when you're in the pit.
I don't know, it seems pretty big to me, but...
Oh no, this designer is having some serious doubts. I invested in a century-old home with the plan of turning it into the ultimate 4-season rental property. But replacing the existing addition with a new 2-story structure wasn't so simple.
So we have to remove the entire foundation.
So after knocking down the old extension, we decided to dig deep to build an amazing, spacious basement retreat.
This feels small.
You're exactly 30 feet to that.
Wow.
So it is just as spacious as I thought.
Well, you could always have a pool, or you could have a basement. Your choice.
I'd like an addition, please.
That means we've got a lot to do.
This is ICF, insulated concrete forms.
If you've followed my other renovation projects, you know I'm a big fan of ICF. This system uses interlocking styrofoam blocks. You just stack them up, fill them with concrete, and it goes together fast so you can save on labor. Ed and Alex are gonna have this installed in a single day.
It's a pretty simple build. 3 walls, it's just a box. No problem.
Says you.
Are you sure this is the right size?
What do you mean, is it the right size?
I sure hope it is.
No, but seriously.
It looks really small.
Why don't you come on down and see for yourself? Maybe that will help.
You got a measuring tape?
Sure. We have 18 feet 2 inches inside the foundation. That will hold one really nice pool table.
And a foosball table. May I continue?
Sure. At some point, maybe it'll feel bigger.
I sure hope so. With the basement work going full steam ahead, it's time to nail down a final design plan to ensure this basement hits all the sweet spots for vacation renters. And who better to help than Tommy?
When you look at those numbers, do those numbers look too small to be a great media room?
So 15-foot 3 and 16-foot 8.5.
Yeah.
That's not huge. When you consider that the kind of seating you need for a media room, for a big family to watch TV, I'm actually a little concerned that it's not huge.
Like you, I am concerned that the basement might be a little bit small. But unfortunately, the reality of it is the basement foundation is set.
And fortunately, so is my floor plan.
So what'll happen is you'll come down the stairs, and we have a sump closet here, so this will be enclosed.
Okay.
And on the other side, we will have a laundry room, also fully enclosed.
Okay, so if you do that, like 1/3 of this basement is being used up with sump pump, and laundry, mooring. We're completely gonna have to wall off that stone wall of the old foundation.
Oh yeah, we're not gonna see the stone wall. But we didn't used to have a basement at all, so I didn't think it was that bad. Can we talk about something else?
Please.
We can make the most of the available space with smart furniture choices that are adaptable for lots of different uses.
How about if, instead of doing a neutral sofa, what if we did something in this room that kind of had some personality, like a nice, rich color?
I love this. I actually really love this teal. Like anything in this family of colors feels really kind of grounded, really like earthy.
When I'm decorating a space that's going to be used by lots of people, including kids, durability is what I'm looking for.
How about this bottle green? I know you love a bottle green.
I love this. I think this is a great beginning. We can build off of this and see what else we can find in terms of, you know, online furniture sourcing, maybe a couple of vintage elements to throw in there. Then we have, I think, a really cozy, beautiful media room, right?
Yeah.
Now that Tommy and I have a concrete design plan, it's time to pour the basement floor. Is it going to be as spacious as I hoped?
Oh.
This is way bigger than I expected.
I admit, when you were putting the block in, it felt really small.
This feels big to me.
It's not massive, but it's roomy.
I think it's a great size room.
Phew, that's a relief. But I don't think Alex is the biggest fan of the plan Tommy and I came up with.
Look how great that wall looks.
Sadly, we're not going to see it.
What?
Well, we can't have the wall exposed because we've got a sump room here.
I was so worried that this was a Japanese toilet, but I'm glad that that's a sump pump. And
No,
not
the
a toilet.
idea is laundry to the left, sump to the right.
I know this is the sump room and stuff. Instead of having a wall to wall this off so it kind of tightens the space when you come down, what if we left this open and kind of built something over here that allowed kind of a lounge area over here so we could really enjoy these beautiful walls?
So what you're saying is change everything I came up with?
I wasn't really very happy when Alex started changing my design plan.
I mean, I'm no interior designer, as you know, but that would be what I would do.
I'll tell you what you can do. I'm starting at the bottom as I transform this heritage house into a stunning all-season rental property where guests can really get off the grid.
Oh, look, we have a basement walkout.
We have a design dilemma in the basement.
We can't have the wall exposed because we've got a sump room here.
And the laundry and storage here.
Originally, I had thought that this was going to be open so we could really enjoy these beautiful walls.
You've got tons of good ideas for this. Let's think about how best to...
Leave it to the designer?
Okay.
Well, to be fair, Alex's ideas are actually pretty good. A bench over the sump pump instead of an enclosed wall is pretty clever. But if we really want to see more of this beautiful fieldstone, I have an even better plan.
I see you, and I raise you a different idea. What we could do is you could put a counter in at this height
Okay.
with storage underneath.
On
and
both
this
sides.
could be a bar sink with a bar fridge and some toy storage, and then open above.
That way, more of the original fieldstone will be exposed beside the laundry, and the addition of a bar under the stairs will make this entertainment central for our guests.
Would that be fun?
Yeah.
He's
I think that-
super good at this. This is a very good idea.
Do you like that idea?
100%. I think it's a terrific idea. It makes the basement lounge better, and it solves the problem of the laundry room, so it does both things at once.
Oh, yeah.
I love it when a plan evolves. Thanks to some collaboration, we have definitely ended up with the best overall plan. No doubt about it.
Now that the basement is moving ahead, I have another big mess that needs to be cleaned up.
There it goes, a load of scrap.
When I took on this project, the goal was to keep our environmental footprint to a minimum. With that mission in mind, Alex and I are taking all of this junk to the recycling depot nearby.
And we'll take everything that's steel that's going to go off on the ground here.
Yeah.
And your copper and brass there, we're going to take into door 3 after.
Like every reno, this project has produced a lot of potential waste.
Bye-bye, tub.
But not many homeowners know that discarded steel, aluminum, brass, and copper are all recyclable.
That was fun.
All this metal will be sorted, separated, and eventually melted down to produce new products. It's good for the environment and great for your wallet.
How much is it per pound?
Number 1 copper right now is $3.20 a pound.
What?
Yeah.
Gold.
My gosh, I already love purging and cleaning out. Do you understand? This is gonna take my cleaning out to a whole new level.
Yep, all this trash has just become treasure.
Let's find out what our trailer was worth.
$277.29.
Yes.
Ow!
But the single biggest way we'll save money on this off-the-grid project is in energy consumption. Alex is really hot on the idea of using solar power.
So the original plan was to put it on the barn, but when we looked at the trees and the shading that they'll create,
Yeah.
putting it on the main house on the new addition is actually the way to go because it gets the most sun.
Okay, what kind of system are we thinking about installing here? Because I don't really understand what you've mapped out.
What we want to do is generate power to offset the energy costs of the house. So when it's sunny out, we'll be making power.
Yeah.
And then we're going to have a battery bank in the basement, which will store power.
In the spectrum of off-grid living,
yeah,
where would this fall?
So it's kind of the best of all worlds. If you think about the grid as being more of like an energy bank.
Yes.
So if we put in, say, 100 kilowatt hours of power into the grid from our solar panels, we can then draw that back out when we need it, say in the winter or when there's not as much solar production.
This sounds good. How much does this cost?
So the solar panels are about $6,000 installed. The battery's about $13,000.
So total cost about $20,000.
About $20,000, but the great thing is because it's actually an installed capital improvement in your home, it increases the value of your home. It makes it more attractive because your operating costs are lower.
That sounds like a win-win-win. I think it's a must-do.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
With a totally cool energy plan in place, back at the house, a situation is heating up.
I don't know what's happening here.
Remember when Tommy, Alex, and I concocted a new foolproof design concept for the basement?
What if we left this open and kind of built something over here that allowed kind of a lounge area over here?
This is a very good idea.
Do you like that idea?
100%. I think it's a terrific idea.
Well, unfortunately, we didn't inform a pretty important person, the plumber.
Still, none of this was supposed to be here.
Who has inadvertently put a big old monkey wrench in our plan.
We were trying to keep the plumbing to go out of the house without going down into these areas, because this was going to be a nice spot where you just relax and enjoy, but it's looking a little more industrial than you want it to be. It doesn't look good. This is going to be a pretty big deal, I think.
More like a huge deal.
But why is all of this plumbing coming into the new addition?
Well, this is all the plumbing for the bathroom and so on. I'm not sure we can change it now.
Great, that plan is down the drain. I bought a cute old home with big dreams of turning it into a fabulous 4-season rental.
The idea is laundry to the left, sump to the right.
But completing the new basement addition has been trickier than I thought.
But why is all of this plumbing coming into the new addition?
Ugh. Exposed plumbing is definitely not a design feature that I would highlight. But I don't want to cover up the home's original fieldstone foundation with an enclosure. What to do?
It's kind of stupid that our laundry room isn't just in there.
Why isn't it in there?
The home's existing basement was cramped and difficult to access.
A little tight?
But now that Ed's fixed all that...
If I'm not mistaken, you and I are thinking the same thing. Jan, we have a question for you. What would be involved if we wanted the laundry to go where the laundry used to be?
It would be a matter of getting a drain pipe over there.
So it's not a totally big deal?
Not a totally big deal, no.
Good enough for me. This way, we get more space in our media room and more exposed fieldstone.
Great idea.
Great idea. So the moral of the story is everything works out for the best. Plans are really just more of a concept and an idea rather than reality.
But the good thing about this change order is there's not a big cost associated with it. It's cutting one hole through a concrete wall effectively.
Exactly. But to be honest, at this point, I'm just glad we have a final plan. In the basement utility room, the HVAC installation is underway. We invested in a new furnace, air conditioner, and hot water heater, all new ductwork, and plumbing. High-efficiency furnaces can save you up to 45% on your fuel bill. Plus, it will be much quieter for our guests. Now, mechanicals may not be my forte, but I do have a great design idea for electrician Scott.
I don't like the way the panel looks over there. Can we spin that panel so we can actually do something interesting?
We'll go vertical with it.
Okay.
Here, and then get this frame nice. I was thinking we could frame over here for Alex's solar.
Okay.
All of the batteries that will store the solar power have to fit in this room, along with the furnace, hot water heater, and laundry. And I'll make it look gorgeous.
There'll be no wiring on your window well.
That window well could make a really nice folding table and then have the laundry in here somewhere. We can build a wall if we need to enclose the furnace, but we've got this huge space and I want this to look cool when it's done.
Since everything seems to be under control, I'm meeting with Alex to show him some of the cool furniture Tommy and I chose.
I've been working with this room planner which allows us to bring in a photo.
Well, so this is an app, and you've got the photo of the basement in there?
Yeah, this is a photo that I took. You can choose from a whole bunch of stock photos, or you can just import one of your own photos. And then
That's cool. Wow.
before we hit go on all our purchases, I just thought it'd be fun to see how they look in the room.
Well, I like that one for watching movies with the headrest. That's super neat.
Isn't that awesome? These are all items that I've saved to think about.
And you can you just pull it over.
Yeah, watch. Basically, the way I look at this is sort of a try before you buy situation. Which of these two media units do you like? And this is really cool. It's got a black wrap with a horizontal veneer front, and then this one is walnut that runs vertically.
I think I like this one that runs horizontally.
Okay, so let's see how that's gonna look.
And then these are fun because all these ottomans and stools, you can move them around. And it's nice to have the flexibility that you can move stuff around in the space. Kind of has everything.
It has anything you want. Look, you want a bar fridge?
Totally do. Love it. Does the app actually have ping pong tables?
Sure it does.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, okay. Well,
try me.
Yeah, all right. I'll see you in a few minutes.
Alex is down with our furniture picks, but that furniture can't just sit on bare concrete.
The time has come to talk about and think about and select about our basement flooring.
Right.
On the upper levels of the house, we have selected a really beautiful engineered hardwood. So it's a European white oak, and it's lovely.
It's gorgeous.
Right? Now,
But why not just do that everywhere?
I think this is a place where kids are supposed to be able to play and run like
a
wild
ball.
savages. The key here is the durability. So we could definitely use what we're using on the main floor.
Or we can use a material that I think will be even better. It's durable, water-resistant, family-friendly, easy to clean, vinyl.
You want to do a vinyl floor in the basement?
Yep.
You know how I feel about fake things. I don't love fake floors, fake boobs, fake people.
Okay, we always like natural materials whenever possible for everything. The reason I think that the vinyl is interesting is because of a number of factors. The engineered wood is 5 times the price. We have $10 for engineered wood, and this vinyl is about $2 a square foot. I think the price point is amazing, and the way this floor gets installed, it literally clicks together. No glue, no nails, nothing.
I'm a little skeptical though, because here's the thing. The vinyl may look exactly like the wood, but underfoot, vinyl feels different than wood.
If you want something that's durable, long-lasting, affordable, easy to install, and still looks good, I think that's tick, 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 tick. Vinyl makes sense in the basement.
I'm still skeptical.
I'm just as optimistic about an unconventional pick for the basement. Wallpaper.
Okay, this just in. Mock-up, the new wallpaper book. I'm such an optimist, I always believe that everything's gonna work out. So look at these colors, right? This is fun. When I design, I'm thinking about how a space is gonna be used. Oh, look at this one. But isn't it cool? It's amazing.
I'm going with a light tone for the media room walls. It will go with my color scheme and keep the space feeling airy and bright.
I don't just design spaces to look pretty, I design them for life.
Spring is in the air, and I'm feeling very good about how our Fresh Start basement build is proceeding. Creemore is hosting a vintage sale this weekend, so I'm taking advantage of Fiona and Robin's spring break to clean up the barn.
Come on, girlies.
And hopefully, sell off some of the potential treasures that have accumulated during our reno.
So here's the plan. During the renovation, we've saved everything that we've taken out. And I'm thinking that something like this, what do you think somebody might do with this?
Put it in their house.
They might turn it into a mirror, right? So people like these kind of things. So we'll have to think about what we could sell that for.
As an added bonus, Alex and I are going to let them keep the cash.
How excited are you about this?
This.
Yes, let's do it.
Go, go, Team Recycle.
That's looking good. Looking good. I'd stop there.
We're separating the junk from the hidden jewels.
Anything that's garbage, we can throw out. So we need to get that piece of trellis down because we'll sell that. What did we decide on this, Ed?
There's enough of this that maybe we can find a project for it.
You can throw those. These get recycled?
I think so.
I am seriously impressed with my kids today. What do you think?
Wow.
It was hot and dusty, and we literally cleaned it all out. They worked so hard.
And hopefully they'll see just how much it pays off. It's the day of the Vintage Festival. This event brings out a lot of salvage hunters.
Robin, your signs are awesome. I like this. 70s barbecue, $25, crossed out, $5. That's a good deal, don't you think?
I think my girls have inherited some of my entrepreneurial skills.
Wow. Okay, yep, 2 of those. We just sold 7 windows, guys.
I just sold a window.
Whoa!
And to think that all these great finds could have ended up in the dump. When it comes to being eco-friendly, fun and funds go hand in hand. Just ask my girls.
How much money did you make at the sale?
400? No, 372.
All right.
The girls rewarded themselves with a trip to the toy store. But we can't have an up without a down. Back at the house, there's a serious situation that's brought everything to a halt.
I feel a bit rattled today. On every job, there's something that falls through the cracks. And I think we've hit our first sort of scheduling snag.
During the basement build, the crew has been using a temporary set of stairs, but now we need to install the permanent ones.
It turns out that nobody has ordered our stairs yet.
And custom stairs take at least 3 weeks to make.
The stairs need to be painted. The railings need to be installed. The bar sink, the cabinetry all needs to be installed to the stairs. The stairs should have been ordered 4 weeks ago, and they should be in.
We are at a complete standstill. Getting this 115-year-old property ready for the rental market has had plenty of ups and a lot of downs. Like our new basement.
The stairs should be going in now.
But they're not.
It turns out that nobody has ordered our stairs yet.
This is a huge snafu. Stairs, normal, all fouled up. My schedule is in serious jeopardy, so I'm meeting with Alex and my assistant Brianna to see if we can brew up some kind of solution.
I would love a double espresso.
Do you want that with milk?
Yes.
Okay. What do you want?
Regular black coffee.
Okay, so the stairs for the basement are not ordered. They were never ordered. So the team that normally does them is going to be at least 3 weeks by the time they site measure. So there's one team that could get them, I think, measured today and installed in a week.
Are you nervous that you haven't used the company before?
Yes, I am, but...
Well, I mean, how much could they screw it up?
The problem is, you want sugar with yours? Little sugar.
Look at that.
Darling.
Mm.
The easy part is that it's a straight run.
Right.
But it has to fit perfectly. So my question, do we wait for the company that we've worked with before because we know that the results are proven?
They're great.
They're amazing. Or do we take a chance and go with the people that can do it quickly, but we've never worked with them before?
We really don't have time. These stairs are kind of holding back a bunch of stuff, right? Because we've got a whole bunch of work to do in the basement. We've got appliances coming.
You think we go with the unknown, whatever gets us to the finish line on time?
Totally. I don't think we have a choice.
If only completing the basement was as easy as making coffee.
While work on our media room is at a standstill, I'm focusing my design eye on the new laundry area. Since this home is going to be off the grid, I want to make it as eco-friendly as possible, so I invested in a high-efficiency washer and dryer. They're a little more expensive than traditional units, but they also use up to 80% less water and hold up to 40% more clothes. That means I can offer our guests laundry facilities without worrying that it's going to break the bank. We're putting in a customized butcher block countertop and this totally cool sliding barn door. I hope Alex loves it as much as I do.
I love doors that roll.
They're so good, right? You can leave the door open.
Yeah.
And you can look through from the media room, and I want it to read as though it's new house, but actually we're in the old house.
Yeah.
Look, great folding counter.
Yeah.
Then we took the leftover scraps and we turned them into a shelf so you can fold and stack it up. We even used our scraps of butcher block, and we've made an amazing counter in the window.
This totally feels like stolen space. You've got such good ideas. And the best part is they're not impossible to pull off. There's always bends and twists, and you just gotta kind of roll with it, you know? If life hands you lemons, make some pretty kick-ass lemonade, I say. So I would say this is the optimal result. Well done.
Thank you, darling. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Well, hold on. I thought I was gonna get a little smooch or something out of that. Come on.
No, you gotta help me unpack the sideboard first.
Jeez, making me work. Yeah, now I'm gonna put my foot down. Let's go. Come on, move it.
Ah, I knew he'd love it. And you know what I love? That the new stair manufacturers delivered on their promise. The new stairs have arrived.
Ooh, they're in. Oh, they look nice. So we've got paint grade stringers, and then we can either paint or stain the treads and the risers. And they don't feel like they're crowding the space at all. Super sturdy.
And even better, they're $2,500 all in. But I still need to get them to code. Instead of installing a standard railing, I've come up with a creative idea to dampen sound and help bring more natural light into this media room.
So I was hoping we could do something in glass, because that way we'll get maximum light flowing in. It'll look contemporary, clean. Could we do a full, like a wall here of glass?
There's going to be a family room here with a TV and some sound, so we want to keep that sound down here.
Yeah.
And we'll just build the glass right up to the top, so it's just one glass wall here.
Nice.
So on this side, we're going to do a 42-inch railing instead of right up to the ceiling.
Okay.
All the hardware will be in black.
In terms of hardware, so is it basically any plating, any powder coating?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, I may stick with black because it's classic, but, okay. That sounds good.
Really good. But at $10,000, this was definitely a splurge. But I'm saving big time on what's being installed next, the vinyl flooring.
I want to get this floor in. How long is it going to take to install this floor?
10 minutes.
Well, aren't we a tad optimistic? For many homeowners, laying vinyl flooring can be done as a DIY. No adhesives or nails needed. Tommy wasn't crazy about my choice, but I know he'll be floored when he sees it all laid down.
Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me?
How long? Hold on. How long has it been? It's been under an hour or like an hour?
I'm going to say an hour.
That's
and
insane.
Done. Like, look at this. There is no seams. No seams.
You can't feel anything, and
no.
it doesn't move.
No bevels.
It's really, really nice looking.
Do we love this?
We love this.
I knew Tommy would come around. But I still need to come up with an inventive idea to spiff up these basement walls.
I've been trying to think for a long time what the right solution for this media room is. How do I make it contemporary, but how do I make it interesting? How do I give it texture? How do I make it feel different than any other room? And it literally hadn't come to me until I saw this pile of leftover barn board.
There's enough of this that maybe we can find a project for it.
Yep, thanks to the barn cleanup, these repurposed boards will add a fabulous flourish, creating the illusion of paneled walls.
The way to be green is to use up everything you've got, to try and make sure that there's no waste. That's what I'm doing here. What if we take the garbage and turn it into glory?
Paired with textured wallpaper between the repurposed panels, this easy, inexpensive addition will give this room some architectural interest, Sarah style.
Can I see it on this side?
Carpenter Charlotte's not completely on board with my paneling plan, yet.
She thinks we should just do the vertical strips to create the panels, and I asked her to show me one horizontal going across the top to finish it off. So she clearly likes it better without, and I like it better with. Charlotte and I are having a debate. Piece across the top or no piece across the top? No piece?
I don't think so.
I'm sorry. I think it needs the panel. Really? Well, because part of what delivers quality and attention to detail is the trim, right? So in an old house, you'd have crown molding, finishing details, and it just seems...
contemporary?
It's contemporary. Okay, Charlotte, I know you don't want to do it.
Charlotte's another skeptic who will be blown away when this is finally finished. I bought a heritage home in the tiny town of Creemore. The plan? To transform it into the ultimate four-season rental property. What I didn't plan was how much work it was going to be.
There's always bends and twists, and you just gotta kind of roll with it, you know?
Is this it?
We started at ground zero of our new two-story addition, and after weeks of disappointments, compromises, and multiple redesigns, my vision for the basement media room is finally seeing the light of day.
Okay, now hold on a second here. You never told me about the glass. What a great idea.
Isn't that looking good?
It's actually not that bright outside, but there's a lot of light streaming in.
The idea was handrail on one side, glass wall on this side. That way, if you're watching something down here, all the noise isn't gonna go up.
Brilliant.
I know, we've got this great skylight.
How do you know about it? It's amazing, I'm impressed. Really, Sarah has taken this to a whole new level.
And I'm not even done yet. Inside, Chris is raising the bar on basement entertaining. While outside, our furniture has arrived. Ah, fits like a glove thanks to my virtual walkthrough.
This is sort of a try before you buy situation.
My idea of adding wood paneling and textured wallpaper will give this media room a unique character without blowing my budget.
Great.
Hello, Daisy. Would you like me to show you around the green attributes of this room? This is actually extra siding from outside.
Now, my favorite part, the finishing touches.
Take me out. Maybe just drop them as opposed to throw them. Don't take out all your frustrations on me.
So are we gonna group these 4 as a coffee table?
Yeah, I just thought they'd kind of
Love that.
or whatever. Right?
But what's a media room without one of these?
You think the girls are gonna think this is big enough?
That thing's giant.
It's massive. There we go. That's there. Good.
Straight.
Yeah, I don't think that's going anywhere.
And we're finally done. Oh, how far we've come.
This journey started with a really bad day.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget when Ed said to me, there's no foundation.
So we have to remove the entire foundation and install a new foundation.
But this serious setback forced me to rework my plan for the 2-story addition and build this amazing new basement media room.
And the reward is amazing.
Right?
When you look around and see what came of that bad day, the decisions, the solutions, the creative approaches get you this.
Imagine if we'd gone with the original plan and been able to use the original foundation on that addition.
Yeah.
We never would have had this space. And I literally cannot imagine this house without this level. Every single decision about the mood and the character of this room stems from this stone wall. I think it's so cool. When you look at the stone wall, it all feels like it's rooted in its place and it's drawn from such a natural inspiration. And that's what I like. The laundry room landed exactly where it was meant to be.
It has all of the modern conveniences that modern life demands in terms of functionality in a laundry room.
Yeah.
To stay in the theme of keeping it green, I recycled as many materials as possible. For the walls, I used leftover lumber to create this custom paneled look and added contemporary textured wallpaper.
I love this wallpaper.
Amazing.
It's a stunning combination of something that feels very contemporary and something that has that texture which links it to the past. It's the right choice. It's 100% the right thing. We have this amazing click-together floor that is indestructible.
It feels to me like at the beginning we chose the vinyl because we thought it was the affordable choice, and now I feel like it's actually also the right design choice.
I can't believe how much I like it. If you had said to me, and I hadn't seen it, we're putting in a vinyl floor, I would have been like, what? Like, it would have been like a Bette Davis movie.
I think it's time to elevate this beyond the basement.
This whole show should be a love letter to this floor.
But not everything was my idea. Alex's comfy corner nook was constructed at a fraction of the price of a custom piece. And our new glass-enclosed staircase keeps the sounds in the media room while simultaneously increasing the amount of light that floods into the basement.
The glass was really the splurge down here, but I also feel that it's the defining moment, you know? It's the thing that says, this is contemporary.
And I love that you see through that contemporary moment to the old wall.
Right.
So great, so open.
The fact that we were able to sneak in this bar,
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to go for the wet bar, but it's nice to have an additional sink on this level because there isn't one in the laundry room.
The bar gives us great storage and makes the most of this otherwise awkward space under the stairs.
You really need flexibility, so having the sectional wrapping around the
sectional
perimeter
is so chic. Like, it's
Pretty
so
cute.
stylish.
I think what's so great is any of the furniture in this room can so easily be rearranged. Pull the chairs back. All the little ottomans in the middle are so lightweight.
And the kids can play an interactive media game, or mom can do yoga,
Yeah.
you know, just by moving this lightweight furniture out of the way.
Yeah. I have been so glad that we found this house for the price we paid to start with.
Yeah.
There were a lot of obstacles along the way, but this new basement space adds huge value to this home.
500 square feet is a lot of living space.
It is.
Here's another question for you.
Yeah.
Why have we been standing at this bar for so long without having a...
I'm Sarah Richardson. 2 years ago, I bought a remote piece of property in the country.
This is a dream come true.
Along with my husband, Alex, and our daughters, Robin and Fiona.
That one's pretty.
Love it. Oh, we got a love it out of you.
We designed, built, and decorated our family's forever home from the ground up.
Yes, that's good. That's awesome.
But it wasn't always smooth sailing.
I feel like I got so left out of this conversation.
And this was not supposed to happen. What do you think?
I call it divorce dust. How are we doing so far?
We're taking on a whole new off-the-grid project.
I love demos.
I'm looking for a heritage home that I can transform into a perfect small-town rental property.
Oh my gosh, look at that view. She's so pretty.
I've renovated more than a few homes in my day. What could go wrong?
Everywhere I look, I see dollar signs.
As always, I've got big design dreams, but with a tight timeline and an even tighter budget, I need to be more resourceful than ever as we go off the grid again.
Welcome to the money pit, people.
Building our forever home came with lots of ups. Yes! And downs.
The driveway.
But along with my husband, Alex, we made our dream home a reality. Building a house together taught us a few things. Like all spouses, Alex and I can butt heads.
I can order up a pole barn and have it built. Like,
No, you're not stepping on my toes.
But ultimately, our skill sets complement each other. He has a passion for outdoors and being mindful of our footprint on the environment. He's in charge of all our systems, including solar.
So this is the brains of the solar.
And he helps keep an eye on the budget.
It's a lot less than what the other guys.
So I've named him the Minister of Exteriors. I run the Department of Interiors, and I manage all aspects of design.
This is pretty. I just wish it was bigger. Made interesting through architectural salvage. Whoa. I didn't hire you for fun. I need to know, do you think it's amazing?
Our family loves the country and the vibe of small-town living. Our daughter, Robin, is 12. She always has an opinion.
I think I like the blue better.
And she knows me pretty well.
Mommy loves white, so we have to kind of steer her away from all the white colors.
Fiona is 10, and she's energetic and always eager to lend a hand.
I did it.
Now our forever home is finished, but instead of taking a break, I can't wait to dig in on another renovation.
I grew up with a dad who was an architectural historian and a now retired professor, and I studied visual arts in school, and so I've always been surrounded by old buildings. That's been part of my DNA since I was a little kid.
So I can't resist the idea that I can snap up a small-town heritage home for a steal and give it a dramatic yet affordable transformation to turn it into a contemporary space perfect for a rental property. I've always admired this little inn on the main street. It's charming, it's got presence, original architecture, and finally, it's up for sale. I've always thought it would be fun to renovate it in my style and turn it into a destination where out-of-towners could come and experience my great little town. But upon closer inspection, I realized it would cost too much once it was renovated. So I said bye-bye to the inn and kept looking.
One thing's clear. I'd like to tackle a historic home with a renovation that Alex and I could do and make it amazing. Is it an inn? Is it a rental? Would we sell it? I don't know. But I have to explore this idea.
Next, we consider restoring a gorgeous century schoolhouse.
Oh, she's so pretty. The brick looks like it's in really great shape. That's a beautiful weather vane.
While I love this schoolhouse, the listing price doesn't leave me with enough money to make the upgrades I have in mind. But I'm not giving up. I got another lead on a home in need of restoring.
Right there, right there.
It's a rundown century farmhouse on a big piece of land.
Oh my gosh, look at that view.
Alex! While I'm keen on it, sadly the owners aren't ready to part with it.
I think we can all agree that looking at real estate is super fun. It costs nothing to look, but by the time you find something you want to buy, that's where the stress comes in.
I've seen so many properties at this point. I really want this next house to be the one. It checks a lot of boxes. It's in original condition. It's a modest 1,450 square feet with 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and it's got a small addition I can rebuild to be 2 stories. And it's got a price point that jives with my budget. It's a sweet deal with a list price of $359,000. So, within 24 hours of the listing going up, I make a bold offer. No conditions, no inspection, and now it's ours. I did buy it before showing my husband Alex. Does that classify as getting carried away? I'm crossing my fingers that Alex sees what I see. After we renovate it, this house could be a perfect 4-season rental property.
It's kind of a done deal, so what have you signed me up for?
It's a great house. It's a historic house on a beautiful lot, and we got it for an amazing price.
But
what worries you about it?
I haven't seen it. There's no inspection on it. I mean,
I just thought it was such a good deal, and you know, I saw it on a Wednesday, and with the price point, there's no way it would have lasted through the weekend. Hopefully, me being eager and us, you know, being slightly impetuous doesn't end up coming to bite us. Would it be more profitable as a rental, vacation rental?
it's all about the math.
You just haven't seen it.
No, I haven't.
But I think if you see it, you're gonna love it.
Okay, well, let's see.
He's my partner in everything from life to real estate, so I need the Minister of Exteriors to give me his seal of approval.
Ooh, I feel like in an old antique store.
So,
Oh my, look at that floor. What is that?
that is linoleum.
That is first class. Oh my God.
This kitchen is ready to be demoed.
Because there is nothing worth saving in here.
No.
You want everything to be bad.
Oh, it's bad. Holy Jesus. I can see the bucket coming through the ceiling now.
I think we basically need to blast this open.
Well, yeah, the whole house is up there, right?
Yeah, no, I get it.
And there's stuff underneath you got.
Yes,
So, how much do you want to spend on this house?
I want to do this as cost effectively as possible.
Really? You can say that in the same sentence?
Yeah.
So far I've heard come in here, tear out all the walls. Oh my God.
No.
Okay, you know what? Maybe I should just go home.
No, stop. Calm down. I don't want to blow out all the walls. I don't want to rip out every single wall and leave this as wide open space. What I want to do is I want to open sight lines.
Love the newel post.
This we keep. Saving money, baby.
I like it. We're gonna keep something.
And this is the second floor kitchen, which we don't need to keep. Not much to keep there. But it's a bathroom, so the plumbing is here. That's great. This room faces south. You've got tons of distance from the other houses, so nobody's looking in.
There's just so much not right inside. Small rooms, leaking plumbing, there's peril everywhere you look.
This has so much more charm than a new house in a subdivision for a fraction of the price. It has a laundry room here.
All I can say is thank God I'm the Minister of Exteriors and I have nothing to do with what happens in here.
So this addition, I believe it needs to come off.
It's probably, in terms of the things that Sarah's gone and bought, the worst wreck that I've ever seen.
How are you feeling about this idea?
Not sure. Everywhere I look, I see dollar signs, so.
He's not wrong. When I start adding it up, we're close to $400,000. Yikes.
You know, my hope is that financially, when we get out of this, we're not way underwater.
My husband Alex and I invested in a fixer-upper.
Isn't it cute?
I think that addition needs a good smushing.
It's a little too early to say, but I think it's gonna make for a fine 4-season vacation rental where visitors can settle in and really enjoy all that Creemore has to offer. I think I can transform this house on a budget, but Alex is worried we're going to lose our shirts.
Everywhere I look, I see dollar signs.
So before the big work starts, I bring in my longtime collaborator and friend, Tommy, for his first impressions. He was with me through thick and thin last year.
Oh my gosh, there's the house.
Look out!
Yes, yes, yes.
And he doesn't shy away from any challenge.
Oh, hello.
Hello. I found it.
You found it. Was it hard to find?
No, it was really easy to find. You were right on the main street here.
No.
On the outside, this is the quintessential, adorable, beautiful Victorian farmhouse.
What do you think?
I think it's so cute. I mean, you had me at that side porch with the little quatrefoil cutouts, but it's in original condition.
Original.
Now, original condition, in terms of real estate language, often means money pit. Okay. What's with the Silence of the Lambs door in the floor?
This is access to the basement.
Oh, I think that's yours.
Oh, thank you. I'd like to keep that.
Ooh. Wow. I just want to say, I have to give points to whoever lived here because this is a plywood lean-to, but it has a pink floor with a stenciled border. They've lacquered the plywood. I mean, this is a story about taking what you have and making the best of it.
Indeed.
That said, this has to be completely demolished.
Every successful renovation begins with a solid plan. Tommy and I head back to the farm for a designer debrief on the big picture and what exactly we want to do with this house.
So you got the house at an amazing price.
Right.
And this, what I don't understand though, why did you buy it?
I like the idea of buying a century-old house that's in need of a fix-up that's at an affordable price point and saving a piece of local history and fixing it and making it better.
Right.
I think it will be a good investment. This could be a seasonal rental.
Okay.
It could be an Airbnb. It's about appreciating everything that a small town has to offer. It has the market, bakeries, cafes, all the
Good,
shops you
restaurants.
need. There's a lot going on.
Answer me this. Can you say at this point how much you would like to spend? Like,
I would like to, so if the purchase price of the house was $350,000,
yeah?
I don't think we should be invested beyond $750,000 when done.
Okay.
We want to get to the best end result without overspending.
Once you eliminate the addition, the original home is only 1,000 square feet with 1 bath. It's too tight. Vacation renters want rooms, lots of them. We need to add more bedrooms and more baths for it to be viable for visitors. So I'm planning to add a simple 2-story addition that will give us an extra 900 square feet to work with.
You're so lucky that the foundation is awesome. That's such a blessing because you can just build on top of that and we have a footprint. We know how much space we're working with.
Next, we have to replace the roof.
Yeah.
All new windows.
Yeah.
We need a new kitchen.
Yeah.
We need 2 full baths and a powder room. And I think we'd really like to get this house off the grid.
All of that's doable.
And in terms of design,
I don't want this to feel like a historic restoration or replica. When we're done, I want it to feel more contemporary.
So here's the plan. To give this heritage home a modern update, on the main floor, I'll create a more contemporary layout, giving us the hangout space everyone wants, a spacious kitchen and dining room. The main floor addition features a mudroom with good storage for renters' gear, a powder room giving us a bonus bathroom, and a cozy family room opening out to the deck and backyard. Upstairs, we can save some money by keeping the 2 existing bedrooms as they are, and instead, we'll invest in a luxurious family bathroom. In the 2nd floor addition, I'll build a principal bedroom and ensuite bathroom. This gives us room to sleep 6 people comfortably, perfect for a weekend getaway.
Instead of traditional, I'm envisioning sleek, streamlined, crisp, yet playful.
But it's going to be expensive.
Tommy's right. It's the math of any reno. The longer it takes to build, the more it will cost. So I've given myself a tight deadline of 6 months. That's right, 6 months to get this done. Winter is here, and while we take in the ski season, we're also going to take down some walls with the help of our trusted friend and contractor, Ed.
Hello.
Hi. He was with us through our last off-the-grid build, and he's back again, this time as our general contractor.
Take out.
So today's demo day. Sarah wants to keep this at a minimal budget by trying to save as much as we can in here. My concern here is once we start ripping, it doesn't stop. And now we're starting new wiring, new plumbing. Wow, look at all that. It turns into a huge project.
I love demo. Mixing restoration with renovation isn't always easy. My goal is to stay on budget, so I've got to be prepared to make some compromises.
So we opened up this wall yesterday so we could see what the makeup of this wall is. This is an exterior wall.
Yeah.
This house is actually double brick. So double brick wall, 1 inch of strapping, glass, and then the plaster finish on the interior. We have a 1 inch airspace here, and then there's likely a 1 inch airspace between the 2 rows of brick. That's your insulation.
That's my insulation.
Yes.
Like, if we were to strip it and then install 2x4s and insulate and move the electrical, what are we talking about?
Well, this is where you have to make up your mind how far we're going to take this. We're probably upwards of $100,000.
Yeah, no.
There is another option. We leave it as is.
Okay.
We put good energy efficient windows in.
Yeah.
We super insulate the attic.
Yes.
And make sure we get all the drafts on the exterior walls sealed up.
I'm all in for new windows. I am all out for stripping everything. Let's work with what we got.
The team is ready to remove the addition, but there's a problem.
What are you doing? I thought the plan was to use a big machine to take this down.
So I'm a little concerned on what this product is here. I'm just worried that there might be some kind of asbestos content to it. I don't think we should take any chances.
No way. Asbestos. That one got me right out of left field. And if it is asbestos, then it's expensive to remove.
That's right.
Is this going to be $10,000?
It could be. It could be 10,000.
Oh. Got any more good news for me?
Alex and I are working on our newest venture, converting a century-old house into a rental property. And I've given myself a tight budget.
I don't have an unlimited budget. I am on a fixed budget for this project. I need to live within my means on this project, just like everybody else does. And I'm gonna have to make trade-offs every step of the way.
The bedrooms are in good shape, so I don't need to spend a lot of money here to give them a makeover. And the demo of the addition is on hold while we deal with the potential budget buster, asbestos.
I had to take samples of what we thought, what we'd been told might be asbestos shingles, took them to the lab. I paid a rush fee, and they did it same day. So for $200, I now know 100% that they're not asbestos! And I'm really happy about that.
With that good news, we can get rid of the existing bathroom and turn the second floor kitchen into a good-sized family bathroom.
This was a kitchen, now it's gonna be a bathroom.
In order to make this bathroom work for the 2 guest bedrooms, I'll seal off the entrance and move it here to create a better layout. Installing a double vanity means more than one person can get ready at the same time. And a separate shower stall allows for a more luxurious soaker tub. Finally, a new toilet will be more water efficient than the outdated fixtures. I'll save money in the 2 guest bedrooms if I preserve as much of the original structure as I can. A contemporary color scheme will appeal to renters. New windows for added insulation will keep things cozy. And I'll fix one of the biggest deficiencies in this house: no closets. As sizable as this project is, it's not the only thing on my plate right now.
Oh, and did I mention I have to travel this weekend to give a keynote presentation at a home show on the other side of the country. Both my kids have ski races this weekend. I will be missing both of them. Life of a working mom, you are never where you're supposed to be.
On top of a busy weekend, I run a design firm where my team of 15 is working on various projects across North America. And we have 2 major jobs wrapping up at the same time. Today, Tommy and I sit down to address plans for one of our contracts.
This is a first set of plans that we're working on. Basically, we're trying to get ready to apply for the permit.
But not 5 minutes into our meeting, we get bad news. We've had a report from one of our carpenters, Chris, that he's discovered a leak in the guest bedroom.
Very, very wet. Definitely gonna need some roof repair.
So much for our dramatic yet affordable makeover. While the team patches up this leak, Tommy and I look for material for the bathroom vanity. I'm gonna let you in on one of my favorite trade secrets, the deep discounts at this marble surplus store.
We're interested to know what could we find that maybe not everybody's using that will allow us to use a slab of stone as a jumping off point and save us some money. Is this like an outlet mall for slabs of stone?
You could say that. It's older product that has been around for quite some time, and we'd like to move it along.
How do we feel about something that's sort of swirly?
I'm kind of looking for something a little bolder. I like this. This pistachio-colored stuff with the white going through it is stunning.
Whatever slab we choose will dictate the color scheme of the bathroom.
If we're thinking about green, what do you think about this?
No.
We got golds, we got beiges.
Yeah, I see. I don't feel like we want beige.
You might think I only like light and bright and fresh, but that's not true. I love the idea of doing something high contrast, and I especially love it when I can get the marble at a great price. Would we consider this slab?
Of course we would consider this. This is classic, stunning, beautiful, lots of movement. Looks like big, fat chunks of terrazzo flooring.
When was this born?
1991.
1991!
This has been here since 1991.
Well, guess what? The 90s are back. Yes. And they're looking chic. I like this.
At retail, you can pay thousands and thousands for a slab of stone this size. But shopping here, we saved more than 60%, and I got this slab for less than $450. The downside is that there's only one slab in this color. So if we make a mistake, we've got nothing to fix it with. With the material for the bathroom vanity selected, Tommy and I turn our attention to bedrooms. This is the perfect opportunity for me to showcase my new wallpaper line. And when you do the math, it's the most cost-effective artwork you can buy. If you opt for an intricate pattern, you'll need a professional to hang it. But at a cost comparable to a painter, wallpaper won't break the bank. There's just one challenge. These sloped ceilings mean we have to choose carefully.
You can't do a linear bamboo trellis?
Nothing stripy is going to work. Nothing that's sort of diamond-y is going to work either.
Because the slope in the ceiling isn't going to follow that angle, and if it's a different angle, it's going to make it look like a bad installation, and we want to make the wallpaper installation look good. So I'm thinking it has to be something like this that you could cut it and seam it and it wouldn't be that noticeable. Do we like this tone? This is sort of like natural linen.
Yes.
Seems very soft.
Absolutely.
If we do that in one room, and we still have the same consideration that we want something that we can wrap up and over.
I mean, I love this paper. This is probably my favorite paper in the line. I love the boho quality of it, which for a bedroom is really awesome.
I'm game.
Okay. Wow, I got to pick my own paper for that room.
I believe great design is in the details, so I'm going to splurge a bit on the jewelry of the bathroom, the faucets. This local manufacturer produces the high-quality hardware I want for this guest bathroom.
Do you remember?
This is where the magic happens.
This is where it's all at. These are all different workstations.
What are these? These are all starting
These are all parts that eventually turn into finished component parts. Everything is built to order. We don't stock anything because we have 25 different finishes that could be done in multiple combinations, to be exact 954 per each item. It all begins in here. Different textures we have to create so that the paint adheres better.
Okay.
The tour is complete. Now it's time for me to get my hands dirty.
So now what do I do?
So this one we use for this.
Okay. Yeah. Don't drop it on the ground, right? Like that?
A lot more.
Like that?
Not too much.
Too far. Oh boy.
Black is having a real design moment, so I'm using my faucet handles to complement my black marble vanity.
So I've chosen to go with matte white faucets with a matte black accent. Okay, yeah, that's comfortable.
Go up, have to go from the top, right?
I just want to go.
When you get really good, you can do that.
So I'm going up. Not too fast.
And before you know it, my powder-coated faucets are complete. Meanwhile, Meanwhile, back in Creemore, the leak in our ceiling is fixed. But my carpenters, Charlotte and Chris, have a new problem.
So we're calling about the floors.
I know you were hoping to save them and redo them if possible. I think it's a lot more work than you had originally anticipated.
There isn't enough flooring anywhere to patch.
Okay, the existing floor isn't even, doesn't have a subfloor. It's just boards on top of the on top of the ceiling joists from the floor below, correct?
Correct.
Yes, it is the subfloor.
Do you think it makes more sense just to source a well-priced engineered floor that's readily available and install it on top of the existing floor?
Yes.
Definitely. Definitely.
So it's high old floor. Okay, well, we have to do what makes the most sense financially, so let's do it. We're keeping the walls in trim now.
Yes, we are.
Awesome.
My reno has hit another stumbling block. I was planning to keep the original floors to save money, but they're in seriously rough shape. I need to install new hardwood, which means another hit to my budget. My senior designer, Kate, and I look at flooring options. I want everything in this rental to be modern and durable. Flooring is not cheap, so cost is top of mind.
I think I want this house to feel sort of lighter. Do we like?
Yeah, this feels like
these?
driftwood to me, which I really like.
I do kind of like to see the darker grain in this one, and I feel like this one's a little bit shiny.
I agree. The grain looks soft and natural, and at $5.50 a square foot, the price is right. The cornerstone of my design philosophy is creating design interest by mixing historic charm with vintage items. It's the best way to get something unique without spending a lot of money. So I'm scouring the salvage shops for bedroom furniture.
You don't expect it to be comfortable.
No, I always do, because rattan furniture often is.
I like this chair. How pretty is this?
Oh, I know. This is a good piece. This is actually a really good piece.
This is a really nice one. Oh, look at that nice old color inside. Like my signature paint color is from the 19th century. This feels like this belongs in the house originally. Doesn't feel like it belongs in the house where we're going.
What about these, though? Remember me?
And?
These as art. These were pointing the way to, like, pick your own strawberries or a pumpkin patch or a farm.
I like the direction you're going.
Thanks very much. The only way is up, baby.
That's what I call a good sign. We have a little more unpacking to do in our guest rooms. No one likes living out of a suitcase, so we're looking for something that will provide storage for our visitors.
These are great. As bedside tables, these are nice and roomy. Like they have
It's all about the hardware.
Really groovy. Yeah, the hardware is so groovy.
And this sort of cushioned
it's a cushion
edge.
front, drawer front.
You could make these almost like a built-in install, where you had a pair of dressers and you put a desk or a
Like
dressing table
between them.
in between them. They're fun.
I think we should snap them up.
With those design ideas hatched, I head back up to Creemore. I meet with my design associate, Ashley, to make some final decisions on tile for the guest bathroom.
Tommy and I went sourcing for surplus marble. This has been around since I was in university, so we can get it for an amazing price, and I think it's really cool. So I was thinking about using it for the counters. Maybe the only thing to do here is white tiles.
I think that will look good, and it will brighten up the space.
I'm feeling kind of drawn to the hexagon. One last option is penny round.
Ooh, I really like that.
We could do penny rounds as the floor in the shower. Then we can do the hex tile below the ledge, all around that lower section, and maybe we carry it into the shower as well.
These white tiles are affordable, durable, and easy to find. Using different tile will create the illusion of an intricate design while actually keeping the cost for labor and materials to a minimum. Spring has sprung in the beautiful town of Creemore, and the bright green leaves and tops of the sumac tree in the yard inspire my design choices.
Do you remember this fabric?
I do. It has kind of a fun, like snaky sort of a thing that it does, almost like ribbon that's been folded over.
Exactly, and the color is persimmon.
Persimmon, love it.
Okay, so then I have a question. Do you think we want to do a tailored Roman?
Yeah.
Or do we want full drapes that are gonna hang?
I feel like it's tailored Roman blinds.
Okay.
I really do, because I think that because our pattern is so geometric and cool looking, when the blinds are down at nighttime, you're gonna get a full panel, a flat panel of this wonderful pattern.
The guest bathroom tile is being installed and wallpaper is going up in our gray guest room. It's fresh, gender-neutral, and relaxing. Just what a renter wants in a retreat.
Staring at the ceiling just got a whole lot more interesting.
In the beige and sumac guest room, Tommy and I meet to discuss our fix for one of the biggest problems.
Closets. We need one.
We're back in the closets.
Things we've saved from other parts of the house we like.
Yeah, those are the doors that were downstairs, right? Yeah. The nice thing about these doors is that they are hand faux finished to look like a more expensive species of wood than they're actually made with.
Can we just cut to the chase? Are you going to try and talk me into keeping the faux bois finish? Because I'm not really enamored of it.
Well, I'm just saying, if we are going to cover it up, you'd probably be better off just buying doors and building a closet and selling these.
Are you for reals?
Yeah. I'm not saying keep them as is. I'm just saying either install them and keep them as is, or install doors that are easily painted. I'm just throwing it out there.
I feel like you're throwing me right under the bus on this.
I'm not.
Can you take a look at this finish? It is not good.
Well, it could be cleaned up a little bit. I bet that if you sold these doors and then got ready-made doors that were just ready to go and replaced them with those, you would net out at a profit. Just saying.
My good friend Sam specializes in architectural salvage, and if anyone knows the value of these doors, it's him.
Hey, Sam, how are you?
Hi, good. How are you?
I'm great, thanks. So my question is, are these doors desirable, in demand?
Not really. I mean, they're interior doors.
If you were to buy them from somebody, you know, what would they be worth?
I probably wouldn't.
Sam, thank you. Bye.
Okay, you win.
Make me a closet.
You win.
With that settled, it's on to the floors. The bathroom tile is nearly finished and the bathtub is being installed. But I spot some problems.
They've cut it. Oh my gosh. Here, here, here. You guys, someone's having a bad grout day. Oh my goodness. These have been pushed right in. Oh, there's like a chunk out of it.
If there's one thing I've learned from my years of renovating, it's don't settle for less than great quality. You deserve to get what you're paying for.
Hello?
Hi, it's Sarah. They've missed a lot of spots. There's a lot of gaps in the grout.
We'll
Okay.
fix whatever has to be fixed there.
Okay.
Juggling the renovation in Creemore and my design business in the city is hectic. But no matter how busy I am, the job of mom takes priority.
So many good options.
Yeah.
My eldest daughter, Robin, is a budding artist. She's also taught herself to play the ukulele. So I'm taking her out to choose her very own instrument.
So we have blue to match your blue.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Do you want to try another one?
Sure.
Toy end of the spectrum.
Oh, it has the islands cut out.
Yeah.
So there's the black one.
Does that brown one work?
After a long search, Robin finds the right fit. This mother-daughter day was music to my ears. Tonight, Tommy, Alex, and I have to attend a fundraiser.
Did you two call each other?
Yeah.
Pink and pink.
Well, you're pink too.
I've got pink and blue. This was not planned.
But we're not the only ones who need to coordinate our outfits.
And Fiona's just told me she needs a costume for her dance recital tomorrow morning. It's 7 o'clock. At what time?
10:30.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Tommy, we need your advice.
Okay.
What do you think? Uniform or sequins?
It's definitely sequins. Nothing beats a sequin when you're going for haute glamour.
I think sequins are it.
It was a fantastic night, and that marks the end of another busy day. Back up in Creemore, the guest bedrooms are nearly finished. The tile installers are busy correcting the mistakes made in the guest bathroom. and the vanity is roughed in.
We've got a ledger board at the back, and then all we have is a frame here that's made out of 2x4s. We are gonna clad this with stone. I have just enough material left over from my leftovers to do the top in the exact same material as what I've used for all my jams and as my accent material. I am gonna wrap this leg in slabs. Super simple, make it yourself vanity with a gorgeous marble top, made out of a remnant.
While I leave the guys to clad the vanity frame, I turn my attention to another project. Remember these?
You could make these almost like a built-in install.
I had them painted, and now it's time to transform them.
The idea is we put a ledger across the wall to support that end of the butcher block. Butcher block covers over all of this, and this becomes a desk. Then I will sand it, then I'm gonna stain it. I wanna try and lighten it up. Yeah, that's gonna be done today.
Before installation, this desktop gets a signature Sarah treatment.
This is some leftover paint that I have just mixed with a whole bunch of water. So I've basically turned it into stain. Just rub this in, and it's going right into the grain.
It's a quick and affordable way to give this desktop a finish that will complement our flooring. And when I start painting, there's no stopping.
Tommy always says I'll spray anything that'll stay still long enough.
I got a discontinued light on sale, and I'm painting it white to match my faucets in the guest bathroom. Next up, the hardware on our newly painted dressers. Here's a little trick. I attach hardware knobs to an old box to make the painting and drying process fast and flawless.
This way, the screws and the fittings will stay nice and clean.
While I'm working on these, the guys prep and paint the closet doors, getting them ready for installation in the beige guest room. The guest room bed frame has arrived, and it's time to assemble.
Just follow the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4.
So we need M and B.
M.
My daughter Fiona loves to lend a hand.
I got the ones.
I'll start them and you can tighten them.
I've almost got this tightened.
Fabulous. Woo! Woo! Wow. Boom.
These rooms are really coming together, so it's time to let the Minister of Exteriors take a peek.
Just some finishing touches.
Ooh, I love this. This is really coming together.
We're still waiting for our bedside tables, but what do you think?
Love this light. That thing is fabulous.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
Remember when we went to Tulum, when we went to Mexico, and everywhere we went had great basket lights?
Yeah, it's really kind of fun.
Well, all these vintage things are fun, like the chair is vintage and the mirror's vintage.
The arrows are super fun.
Aren't those cool?
Where'd you get those?
We found them at a salvage shop.
And it's awesome.
Alex and I are really happy with the progress in the guest room, but I can't say the same for the bathroom. The vanity is installed, but there's a problem.
Good news?
The vanity is in.
Bad news, the whole leg's supposed to be flush.
I don't like it. Inset.
I know.
Summer has arrived, and we're nearly finished the guest bedrooms and bathroom in our Creemore rental home. The vanity in the guest bathroom was installed, but the leg isn't flush with the countertop.
If I'm being honest, it's not what I designed, and it's not what I wanted.
Luckily, my stone installer Mark is on hand to save the day.
There's no more, no more, no more. This is it. This is like an extinct species.
Okay, go to you, okay?
This is the last piece of marble, so Mark's team will have to be ultra careful making these adjustments.
Down, slowly.
So much better.
Okay.
Next up, I meet with my carpenter Chris to dream up a quick DIY project.
Since these boards are so charming, and we found them in the barn, and now we've painted them, but we haven't used them, what I was wondering is, could we do a super simple headboard where maybe we install them on an angle? It doesn't have to go all the way to the ground.
Right.
Is that a fun project?
It's
for a nice
awesome,
sunny day?
This is a great way to breathe new life into some old materials and save them from ending up in a landfill.
This is looking good. Yeah.
Not only did I preserve elements of the original home, I created something interesting and unique. And the materials didn't cost me a cent. Last step is the install.
So, it's perfect. Chris, these are awesome.
That's a wrap on the guest bedrooms and bathroom, so I can sit back and think about the design journey we've taken.
It is kind of crazy to think that after taking down a really super dated pink and blue flower flouncy wallpaper border, we would then opt to not only put up more wallpaper, but up and over on the ceiling.
I know, but it's such a great contemporary use of wallpaper. Total win.
Have all the original trim, the transom window and doors and window frames. There is a laundry list of contemporary elements, like the chair you're sitting in, the lighting, the mirror.
The art.
The pillow fabrics. It's about the texture. The embroidery on the bed linens, and this ceramic stool, the pom-poms on these throws.
And it does have a real symphony of different textures and moments and moods. I mean, from the pink palace to this cool palette is a really fun way to execute a makeover.
I feel like the green is what defines this room and makes it feel cheery and happy and fun and a bit contemporary.
And green is a color that has wide appeal, so anyone will be at home in this room.
I feel like this room for me was the deals and steals zone. I knew this is like knowing that we would need to reserve as much budget as possible for some of the big rooms.
Yeah.
Starting with this pair of dressers becoming not only a dresser, but also a nightstand and a desk.
It's triple duty.
Right?
Like, the headboards.
Those are the steel.
Were actual steels.
And the bed bases were a deal. I like the fact that they have such an elevated leg that you can actually put storage underneath.
Which is great if you want to tuck away a suitcase or a bag out of sight.
This lamp is a timeless classic. Having a timeless classic in a room that is otherwise comprised of steals and deals actually elevates the whole thing.
That's this room done. Doesn't it feel big considering how small it is?
We have a closet now, a seating area, a full large bed, and it still feels light and airy. I love this.
And my closet doors really worked out. It pays to recycle, folks.
Aren't the knobs cute?
Oh my God. They're little rope balls.
I know. I just thought that they would pick up on the little linen covered buttons.
You've got like that crafty thing, this mirror, this chair, this light. Everything hangs together so nicely. This is the first time I've ever seen this wallpaper installed in a room.
The combination of the blonde woods with the white, the light fixture accented against the white ceiling, and the mirror and the chair and all of that over and over and over.
Normally I'm not that into blondes, but here I like them. I also love this accent color, and I've just realized it's sumac.
It is a Victorian brick orange.
It is.
This bay window grabs the sunlight all day long. From first thing in the morning till the very end of the day, there is sunlight literally streaming in one of the angles on this bay window.
It's beautiful.
You were worried about what happens when you design an entire bathroom around the cheapest marble you can find?
Or something so dark. There's another star in this bathroom now. You powder coated your own faucets.
That was the splurge, was spending a little bit more to get the color that we wanted, as opposed to just what was available.
Now that the room is complete, it's about contrast. It's not about darkness. It's about the dark being balanced by the white and everything being sort of 50-50.
And then it gets amplified by the big mirror. That moment when that mirror went in, this bathroom just doubled in size.
And light, which I love. Knowing that you have to start with the marble and grow from there is the most important piece of takeaway from the journey of this bathroom. This is going to be a guest bathroom for whoever lives in this house, and so having that available space for all your stuff that comes out of your dock kit, beautiful.
This marble slab vanity provides that, along with being durable and maintenance-free.
This is one of the things I love is the light fixtures. I mean, these are outdoor light fixtures that were really well priced. On a sloped ceiling, what's nice is they actually give you great illumination exactly where you need it.
This is the freshest space. It doesn't have any original architectural detail. There's no molding. There isn't an old door.
When it comes to a bathroom or a kitchen, it needs to be a lot more new and a lot less old in order to stand the test of the future.
I'm thrilled with the way these rooms turned out, but we started with the simple stuff, and we've got a whole lot of house to go.
Decisions to be made, lots to do, long way to go.